You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it done. So, we here live, Wild Tuna exclusive. It's your boy, Wild Tuna. I'm here with Chef Ryan Rondeno, celebrity chef, one of the best in the kitchen, I heard. So we're going to get a full rundown of, how he came to be where he is today. So welcome to the show, my man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. So first things first, I always got to get the history. I got to know, your background. So tell us a little bit about how you came up, where you from and everything.
It started a long time ago. Still feels that way. But I'm from the South, from New Orleans, okay. Louisiana, born and raised. So that's how, cooking at a young age, cooking, come from a family full of cooks. Grandfather was a chef. So, that's how some of these things became inquisitive to really, not really want to pursue it at that time, but really be inquisitive about, what is food about? How does it come from the kitchen to the plate? So you become more inquired to do it till you get to the age to where you have to do it on your own. Yeah. So you probably had that same thing where, your parents worked, you got to fix food for yourself.
Right.
So
right. Gotta learn.
you have no choice.
That's real.
But as I got older, mid-teens, that's when I started to become a little bit more serious about it and want to pursue it, but I didn't. Right. I went to college for engineering. Okay. I was in that program for a year, but just wasn't fulfilled. The passion wasn't there, so that's when I really decided to give culinary arts a try. So the rest has been history.
Right. So when you took that path, to really dive into the culinary field, was it, since you were familiar with the kitchen already, was it, easy for you to get through it, or was it a whole nother set of rules you had to go by once you picked up the school thing? Oh,
it's always a new set of rules. it's never different. Each kitchen functions differently. Right. Even working in restaurants, each chef runs their kitchen to the maximum of how they want it, versus, some are high end, high volume, some are still high end, but more detail oriented. So that those little micro details come into effect. Right. So your level of focus, it's always changing to where it helps heighten your ability to be a better chef. Right. So now that you have to pass that on, you expect those same things, but in a faster service. Right. Now, when you were in school, were you one of the top in the class, or where was your ranking in the class? I don't really know where I was ranked in the class. I mean, I was known. I was well known, but
so, ladies and gentlemen, that means he was number one, and he just doesn't want to tell y'all. That's what it is.
I don't think I was number one. I think when I was in school, I was finding my way. Okay. Finding my way, finding my identity of what I want to be. Because before I became a general chef, I wanted to focus on being a pastry chef. Okay. So, but when you work in restaurants, you get a taste of the hotline. That's it. I'm done.
A different way, right?
I think the better option was to become a general chef, learn all sides, all phases of the kitchen, which makes you more dangerous in the kitchen. Right. So you can do anything you want, and that's what makes you more effective.
Right. That's for sure. So, transitioning, out of school, did you really, catch a nice wave or catch a nice situation where you were right in a restaurant where you wanted to be, or was even that just another climb of trying to find what you wanted to do? Did you jump right into the restaurant, or did you go right into, being a personal chef?
No, I even during school, I was working in restaurants. So I worked in restaurants, New Orleans, Atlanta, New York, 12 years straight, grinding hard, learning, being under talented chefs, talented cooks. Right. Yeah, just kind of, still same process, finding my way, persevering, and taking those necessary steps to become a better chef and find my way into the world. Now that you surpass school, now you got to find your way. Okay, what niche do I want to bring? What I want to show people like yourself,
Mm-hmm.
to really make my cuisine unique from the next man.
Right.
You know, I'm from New Orleans. I love Cajun Creole, but there's a lot of other chefs that do Cajun Creole. So how do I stand out?
Well, give us a little insight on that. How do you stand out? What's the difference between a Chef Ryan, entree compared to another? What do you got that's a little different?
I mean, I think I bring different flavors of where I've been.
Okay.
You know, you've passed through. So it's like, you're sitting down, you're having a meal.
Mm.
I'm not feeding you a meal. I'm giving you an experience. I'm telling you a story.
Right.
So, I guess you will call me a chef curator if that's what you want to call me. So
I like that. Okay, I like that. That's different. So we're gonna go through a journey on this meal. I like that.
Because I think you find people that they go to restaurants, want to try new restaurants, but sometimes they can find themselves just going through the motions.
Right.
Going to a restaurant, okay, let's have a steak, let's have a shrimp. But what about that steak or shrimp? Collectively, how does that dish collectively give you an experience, make you remember that dish? So that's what you focus when you go out to eat. Try new things, try different things, and find unique things about that dish that really help bring your palate to the next level.
Okay. Now, did you ever have anyone not like a dish that you made? Did you ever have any disappointed, critics out there?
I mean, I think you always will. You always will. I mean, you'll never please everyone. So I think if you go into this industry thinking everybody's gonna love your food, you're only fooling yourself. Right. So of course you do. Of course I have. It may not have been to their liking, their taste. Depends on different regions. Where you are.
Right.
Some regions like well-seasoned food, some regions don't. So you have to, taste like shit. No. It is what it is. But you have to find ways to balance the best of both worlds. You find ways, like I'm in LA. You bring a Southern flair, but you bring a whole different light to where it's not intimidating, but they still understand it. So, those customers who are skeptical now become favorite customers.
Right. That's for sure. So let's talk about the people who do love your work, do love your art. You got some big names that you did some personal work for. So let's talk about them. You give us a few for the people who don't.
Hey, that's the word on the street.
Yeah.
So now that you know that I've cooked in restaurants, so you have to follow the journey. 2008, that's when the last recession hit. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Restaurant I was working at just closed. Can't find a job. So I just began to look outward. For me, I was like, where do I want to be? Either go to LA or go to New York. In my mind, New York was the first option, but the job in LA came up first.
Okay.
So little do I know that job was for Will Smith.
What a blessing right there. What a blessing.
Hey.
So how'd that come about? Let's talk about that, because that's major. I'm from Philly.
Hey, born and raised, huh? On the playground. I see you.
Yeah, man. Big Will Smith fan, of all his work. You know what I'm saying? So, and coming out of Philadelphia, he's someone that we look up to in the arts and then, the industry. So it's major that you're able to, keep him healthy, chef it up for him.
Oh yeah. It was surreal at first. It was surreal because in my mind, you're looking for work, doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's the Fresh Prince. You see Fresh Prince growing up, seeing all these shows. So now you have to cook for this man almost every day. Cook for his family. So That was surreal. But also at the same time, I was transitioning from a restaurant life to the personal chef life.
Right.
So that was a transition in itself.
Let's talk about what that entails, because a lot of people just think, you're a personal chef. You just show up every once in a while and, do your thing. And so let's really give some people who may not know what it entails to be someone's personal chef some of the things you have to know.
Well, I mean, there's different levels. There's the personal chef versus the private chef. When I was with some clients, I was more of their private chef, to where I was solely catering to them, cooking their meals, almost every day, whatever they needed, food-wise, events, parties, things like that. I was able to handle that. Versus, now, I'm a personal chef now, so I have multiple clients,
right?
Multiple clients across the board, across the city. So I'm doing events where sometimes I'm just going in, just, cooking food for them and leaving it. Or now we're in holiday season, Thanksgiving's, the Christmas, the New Year's Eve, all those holiday parties come to play.
Right. So let's talk about some of these holiday parties. What's the craziest party or craziest thing you've seen happen at a party? You don't have to tell us who it was if you don't want to. Well, what's one of the craziest things?
I think the craziest thing you kind of just see is like the abundance of food. To me, that was one of the craziest things. Yeah. I walked in one morning. They ordered like pastries. They had to order like pastries for 100 people.
Okay.
So in my mind, you're thinking we're having a party. It's like, okay, let's get ramped up. So how many people for dinner? It's like eight. For real? Like, so who's gonna eat all this food? It's like, if not, they're just gonna give it away. And coming from where I come from, so why would you do that? Why would you order all this food? And you're probably gonna throw it away.
Right.
So things like that is always crazy to me, especially with a lot of people hungry.
Right.
They're starving. They're looking for things. So, you could bless them with that.
That's real. That's real for sure. Even riding through the city a lot of times, man. There's a lot of homeless people out there, and I'm always eating. So I always got some food with me. So I always end up breaking somebody off with a little platter or something, man. So that's key. So as a chef, you go through a lot of parties. You see what's going on with the food. You handle everything hands on. Outside of being a chef, what do you get into outside of cooking? I know that takes at least 80% of your time up with all your clients you got.
Outside of being a chef, I'm a sports junkie.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a sports junkie. Sorry for your Eagles, but that's another story.
Hey, I'm not gonna comment. I'm not gonna comment. I gotta stay in the city. I gotta stay in the city. I don't want to say nothing wrong.
Now, I love football. I love basketball. Just love getting out and seeing what the city. When I can get to see what's going on in the city. In California, the beaches are right by. If you want to head up north, you're not too far away to see what's going on. So I always like to hit the gym. It's been rough right now with COVID. I can't hit the gym, so it's been
true. You gotta do the home calisthenics.
Right, exactly. Like you're in the military now, so let's get it.
Hey, you ever get to play Will Smith one-on-one? You ever played? You ever had a game?
Oh, excuse me?
I said, you ever get to play Will Smith one-on-one?
No. I keep it strictly business. But I mean, even though going to the gym, you've seen some people, you've seen the, Tank playing ball sometime. You've seen other different, artists, Chris Brown, all these artists playing pickup ball. So you always see them.
Right.
Tonight you can just tone it down. You're not working, so let's play ball.
So what's your plans now that you're still working, but things might have slowed down because of COVID and things like that. So what's your plans and your goals for the next few years to keep things going on your behalf?
For the next, just keep brand building, just keep staying consistent, giving people quality food that they deserve and that they want.
Right.
That's right. What do we have a restaurant right now? We'll see. With just with things going on, no time soon. So just kind of just building the personal chef brand and just maximizing that to a different level. Getting ready to put out a food app, so that's
okay. Oh, word.
Getting ready to drop any minute.
Is that gonna have your recipes in it and everything like that?
Yes, recipes for everybody to enjoy. So constant recipes being updated every month.
Okay.
So you'll always have something fresh, something new, depending on as the season goes. Now we get ready to head into winter, so get ready to winter holidays recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So constantly something new and fresh every month.
Right.
So that's what I think. Pandemic taught me. A lot of people they have their go-to recipes. Yeah. But cooking every day, they found that it was like to really cook every day and run out of ideas. So they always want to find something new to cook.
Right. Yeah. I know. I had to think about it. I was like, man, I didn't have the same thing for the last couple of weeks. Gotta switch it up.
You gotta switch it up.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the name of the act going to be called?
Food Culture.
Food Culture. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Food Culture. Okay. And will you be streaming any like live, shows or doing any segments where you're actually cooking and showing the prep of the meal or anything like that?
We're gonna I'm take some recipes from it, stream it live, just cook it live. Probably just in my kitchen, just kind of really show people different dishes of what's on the apps, things they can do, tips that they can really handle in their kitchen, just moving forward.
Right.
The little things, the knife skills, handling the knife, cooking chicken, cooking fish properly. So those are some things I really want to show people to really become more confident in their kitchen.
Right. Yeah, see, I learned a little bit. I took a little culinary courses. I know when you cutting, you gotta keep your knuckles in. You know what I'm saying? So I know the meat.
Hey, you don't want to cut any fingers off.
Right. I know a few things.
I've seen a lot of nicks in my day.
I can only imagine, working at a high speed and high pace and, constantly, I can only imagine. It's like being a quarterback in a football game. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly going. You got to control everything around you, plus control yourself. So, if you're in the kitchen and then coming out with a good product, man, salute to you, because everybody can't do it.
Hey, that's true. Well, I don't think it's for everyone.
Right.
It's
You're definitely not. I'm just thinking about all the bad meals I had. I'm like, yeah.
It's like, is this for everyone? Because people they just really saw what it's really like, the ins and outs. Because now, when we were growing up, whatever was on the table, what was on the table.
Right.
Now, you have kids, you have family. This person, I eat this. I don't like this. I don't like that. You're a personal chef within your own right.
Right. That's for sure. So let us know where, if they want to book you, if they want to find more information about you, if they want to get you on one of these holiday parties, where can they find you? Got a website?
Yeah, you can find me on my website at RondenoCulinaryDesigns.com.
Okay.
You can also find me on Instagram at NolaChef212 and Rondeno Culinary. I'm on Facebook at Rondeno Culinary Designs and Rondeno Spice Collection.
Okay. Oh, you got a spice collection. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So talk about that.
Online rubs, online seasonings. So within the app, you'll be able to have access to my store, order seasonings to cook some of these recipes with. So some of these recipes are balanced around the. Right. See that?
Got the cheat code.
They're balanced around the recipe. So.
Right.
It's easy food for thought. So you can really just bang out recipes 30 minutes or less.
Right.
But I mean, of course, there are some that they're gonna take some time.
Right.
There's this jerk oxtail recipe that you gotta get your hands on.
Can you DM that to me right now?
Hey, you got it.
That sound perfect for the night. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna steal some of your recipes. Definitely gonna steal some of those and claim them to be my own. Won't publicly do it, but might find a new girl out there that's looking for a chef. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, find you one, cook together.
Right, you know? Right, for sure. That's
but there's some bangers. Like I said, it's connected. Some of them connected to the rubs. There's a Creole rub, which is a fan favorite. There's an Entre Two barbecue rub, right. Which is there's this this barbecue ribs recipe in there with this garlic soy barbecue sauce.
Okay. I'm hungry. Dang.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta come to it.
Is the app out right now?
No, we're gonna drop it probably in a few days.
Okay. So I gotta go to the website to get some gems. Okay. So I'm gonna check out the website. That's heavy, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming out here, taking the time to talk to us. You want to get any shout outs or, any announcements that you got some things coming up one time before we get out of here, feel free.
Hey, just shout out to everybody, cooking for these holidays. It's put in work, put your passion in, put your work in.
Right.
Get those turkeys right.
Right. Do it with love. You got to do it with love. Right. Listen, man, I appreciate you, Chef, coming out for a Wild Tuna exclusive. For those who just tuning in, this is Chef Ryan Rondeno, celebrity chef, personal chef. I'm going to hire him one of these days. Trust me, I'm going to call you. We need you for one of these Wild Tuna parties. That's for sure. But once again, man, thanks for coming out, man. Have a good night.
Definitely. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.